Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are playing some more Palia. Today's video was inspired by two wonderful creators in the Palia community. Their names are DAIKICHI and Emma. I'll have both of their channels linked in the video's description. DAIKICHI did this wonderful flower cafe build and had these really nice curved staircases on each side of the pavilion, so I want to do something kind of similar to this but also turn it into a work plot. So I will be taking inspiration from their layout but creating my own version and own staircase. So as seen in the first few seconds of this video, I created a small platform inside the pavilion. I did have to measure this out until I figured out a size that would fit inside of it. I believe for the main platform I used 7 of the wood flooring pieces, and a couple of them I did have to kind of blend and glitch into each other, that way it would fit inside of the pavilion. Now that the base is done, we're going to create our curved staircase using the butcher block pieces and the same flooring type pieces that we just used. In between each flooring piece, I am using 2 of the butcher blocks so I can create a realistic staircase, and I'm just stacking these on top of each other until it connects to my ideal height in between the platform. So while we work on the first room of my work plot, I think my plan is to do a garden like cottagecore theme here. So this is where you're going to find my seed makers and also the jam makers. And then when I finish up the garden area, we're going to create a main crafting location, a small sawmill, and a blacksmith area. There will be a few transitions through this video just because it did take me some time to create, but my plan is to finish laying out the main structure of the pavilion, and then we'll start mapping out the layout for the other rooms. The wall pieces are definitely optional for this build if you don't like them, but I do like that I can actually add wall decorations to them, and plus we'll be blending out the sides and hiding some of the imperfections with trees just so we can give it a really nice overgrown look. Anyways, we're going to continue working on the layout, do some decorating, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes when we start working on the main crafting area. Before I start detailing the build a little bit more in front, I did just want to add that we're going to be recreating a staircase behind the first part of our build, just like we did in front, but this time just more structured, and that is by doing the same method with the butcher blocks and floor pieces. So after detailing the first part of our work pavilion, we're now going to work on the crafting location, and this was inspired by Emma, and again, I will have her linked in the video's description. I thought that this build would be a really nice transition from the entrance that we just did, so we're going to go with a cozy, cluttered cottagecore look over here, and then on each side of the build, that's where my sawmill is going to be in the blacksmith location. Also, I did want to add that we're going to be doing some fake windows with the building blocks behind the little crafting area that we're detailing right now, and this part of the build is definitely optional, especially if you're somebody who doesn't want to use a ton of the wood panels. But I personally really liked this addition because I was able to display more wall decor pieces and the trophies that I have collected from the game. To create the back wall, I'm going to be using the square wooden blocks and then the wall pieces, and then we're going to kind of space these out a little bit so I can make a window. Once I finish building this part of the structure, then we're going to go ahead and continue detailing the rest of the build. The last major part of today's video is creating this really nice big stone fireplace for my blacksmith area. This side of the build is a little bit more simple in comparison to the other areas just because I don't have all the ideal items that I really want to use in this part of the build, but we will be using a mixture of the Paltech and Emberborn collection in this location. So for the fireplace, I will be using the stone wall, the small stone block, and also the pillar-like item, and we're just going to create this really nice tall fireplace to kind of be the centerpiece of our blacksmithing area. Once we finish creating the fireplace, then we're going to go ahead and detail the rest of the build and do a final walkthrough of how everything turned out. After all my final details, here is how our crafting pavilion using the new building blocks turned out. I am so excited about it and cannot wait to expand on the idea and also add some new additions to the build too. I also decided to place a gazebo on the left side of the build because I thought that this could be a great addition to the build. Maybe you would want to expand and add extra crafters over here or display your bug collection. Either way, I think that this is a great addition to the build. Anyways, I hope that today's video brought you some Palia inspiration. Before today's video ends, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video. Thank you.